Welcome back. This is Fantastic Pains and How We Hide Them. I'm not Chris.
And I'm not Karina.
But we're here together.
As usual.
For more fun times and
shenanigans.
It's our birthday.
Yeah, well, it's like 2 days after our birthday. But it's...
Whatever.
It's
we're
our birthday.
celebrating our birthday, okay?
Our 2-year anniversary.
Our 2-year anniversary. We've been doing this podcast for 2 years now.
That's weird.
Which is crazy to think about because it's been our entire lives and also yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like we've always done it, but that we just started.
Yes. If this is your very first time joining us, welcome to the party. It's a good time. We are chronically ill in multiple ways, and we are also siblings because that confuses everybody.
Yeah.
So there you go. We are of the siblingage, and we. This is our podcast / YouTube channel.
Yeah.
With all the fun things attached. So, where can they find us?
You can find us on YouTube, where you can also see us, which is fun. Lots of shenanigans.
Yes.
We're also on Podbean, Spotify, Audible, Google Play. Well, not Google Play, but Google Audio.
Yeah.
And other smaller Podbean-ish sites.
Yes.
Related to that. You can also join our Discord, and if you want to join the discussions or have something to say or just want to chat, jump in our Discord.
Yep.
And
oh yes, we have to say a very big thank you to our new Patreon patrons.
Yes.
And those are Ruth and Kaylee and Craig.
Yep.
So thank you guys very much
for
helping support our coffee addiction and YouTube / podcast channel.
And I'm glad you enjoyed the shorts because both Ruth and Craig watched them and they went down well. So I'm glad you guys liked it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna like the extended one for today.
Oh, yeah.
You're already there. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Weird. Also, it is May, and May is Ehlers-Danlos Awareness Month.
Yay!
Which is going to play into our episode today.
Well, and plays into our season.
And our lives.
Yeah. It's kind of everything.
Yeah. So Ehlers-Danlos is a group of connective tissue disorders, of which we have the third type, which is hypermobility, Ehlers-Danlos. And that's fun in the worst way ever.
It's horrible.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of EDS, and also maybe some life hacks toward the end.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know how deep you want to go here. Do you want to kind of give our EDS story, or do you want to go right into weekly the weekly recap?
Let's do.
I've never done this before.
The weekly recap, and then we'll jump into everything else.
Fine, that makes it time for the weekly recap.
Check in.
Indeed, here we go. My week was just a lot of week. At one point, I dislocated my shoulder really bad, and I had to teach a coworker how to relocate it because I dislocated it in the car. I was just driving and I had my elbow propped.
Yeah.
And I brought my elbow down and my whole shoulder fell out.
That's why I don't drive. Because there's that nerve in the joint that if I hit makes my arm jerk.
Yes.
And that's why I don't drive because I hit that a lot and I don't want to crash.
It's been gross. And then I dislocated my knee and I had to FaceTime call with you to teach me how to fix it.
It worked.
It did work. And then let's see. Oh, I think the medication for the trigeminal neuralgia is increasing other neurological symptoms.
That's right.
Because I've had a lot of like muscle jumpies. And like to the point where my entire leg will kick.
Yeah.
Or like it does that rotation piece. I hate it. And it hurts. Don't like it. So that's fun and exciting. And yeah.
It was a week.
It was a lot of week. But I was glad to get to yesterday where we got to talk to fun people. And celebrate our birthday. And Kaylee was here and Randy was here.
And Jen for a little bit.
Yep. And then we had Ruth and Crystal.
Yep.
We had Doggo. And we had Zeffy.
Oh, yeah. Zeffy was there.
Yeah.
Hi, Zeph. Weirdo.
Yeah. So it was a good way to end the week. It was just a lot of week.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
I had a week. I had The tooth that was infected, I had it extracted, but they also had to extract the one next to it. And the guy was like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to take that other one. And I was like, go for it.
Just
knock
do
yourself
it.
out, man.
Yeah.
Take as many as you need. Give him to the tooth fairy. I don't care. I don't know what dentists do with my teeth, but he wanted it, so I gave it to him.
They pay the
'Cause I'm
demons.
just so
in the
caring and
closet.
generous. You too can have some of my teeth
No.
for the low cost of $400. Someone will rip it out and I'll give it to you.
No. I don't think that's the thing.
That is the thing. That's
I don't think you
$400
can
to do
have
an
a
extraction,
tooth
and then
ripped out and then be like, "Can I have that?" and then immediately like hand it to somebody else.
what? It's mine. What are they?
But you paid the $400 to get it ripped out.
Paid it.
But you got to charge for the teeth.
Anyway,
You're not allowed to give them away.
they took the bad one out, and it was still infected.
Yeah.
And it was very infected. Not even like a little. There's like a little black spot.
Yeah.
In the X-ray, it was like this much of it was infected, so it was under the tooth next to it, and they had to scrape all of the infection out, which hurts.
Didn't
My
they take
face
another
hurts.
tooth?
This one and this one, just the two.
Oh, okay.
Right next to each other.
Yeah.
They wanted to take this, but he was like, I'll
That's
worry
right.
about that another day.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and he was awesome, huh?
yeah, he's a great dentist. Kept me numb the whole time.
Yes.
Like, he numbed it up severely. We made jokes about trigeminal neuralgia. We did. It was funny. He was the guy that saw me last time I was at the emergency dentist.
Yeah.
But they also do like permanent care, so I'm just gonna use them from now on because I've always had him and he's always been really good. And he was looking at like my retainer or my denture and was like, "No, that's tearing your teeth apart." And it's like, "I know, man."
Yeah.
He's like, "We have better ones. We have ceramic ones that
just click in
and they don't damage the teeth or the enamel." And I was like, "Oh,
that'd be cool."
and he was like, he was making a plan basically as we were talking, and he was looking in.
That's awesome.
I liked him. He had good vibes. Good guy.
Good guy.
Like, it was a good experience. I left and I was happy. I'm just like, you never leave the dentist
Which is
happy.
weird because usually you leave the dentist and you're like, that only hurt horribly.
Right. No. I mean, the only part that hurt was the infection part, but I mean, you can't really get the numbing in there, so
Well,
they were both like
in the bone at that point. Yeah.
They were both like, this is gonna suck, and I was like, let's do it. And then they said that I handled it extremely well.
Because we do.
Yeah, it's like, what? It hurt, yeah, but
yeah.
And then all week I've been icing my face while it heals, and hanging out with Sophie a lot.
Yeah.
She's been very needy. She's teenage almost.
Yeah.
It shows.
Yeah. And she knows it too.
Oh,
That's the worst part. She's self-aware.
Very
about
aware.
it. Uh-huh.
And so, like, an example, like late last night she came in and she was like, "I'm really sad." And I was like, "Why?" "Oh no, I don't think I can talk about this here."
Oh, without like asking her?
No,
Okay.
it's just inappropriate.
Oh.
She saw something on the internet that was really inappropriate.
Oh no.
And it involved a kitten.
Oh no.
That's all I can say. And it really messed her up.
Yeah.
And so we had to sit down and talk with her. And
the internet got her.
Yeah, no, I said that was her first one. Finally got her.
Ugh. It's like the millennial generation and all of the horrors we saw on accident.
Yeah. No, this is it's one that I'd seen when I was younger. Oh. And I was like, "Oh, Sophie, I'm so sorry." So she's a little traumatized.
Yeah.
But she hung out. We talked through it.
Good.
She felt the feelings and then was able to sleep. So
poor kid.
But yeah, she's very aware of herself.
Yes.
And honest.
Yeah.
I love that about her.
Well, because she has safe people to be honest with.
Yeah.
And I think that makes all the difference. All the difference. Because she knows she can come to you.
Yeah.
And not be like, "Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for having watched this."
Mm-hmm.
That's more like, the internet got me.
Well, it did. Somebody posted it and she was like, "Oh, what's this?" Because it had like a nice title.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Ugh. Yep.
Poor Soph.
Poor thing.
But that was my week.
Yeah.
Lots of face healing.
Yeah. That sucks because they scraped your bone.
Yeah, that's it. It still hurts, but it's just the bone. It's that aching.
Yeah.
deep throbbing, when it's deep in the bone.
Yes.
Ugh.
You know.
But yeah, it's like that.
Yucky.
It's
Face
okay.
pain sucks. Oh yeah, and I got by the face pain this week too.
Yeah, didn't I? We were talking at one point, weren't we?
Yeah.
This week.
I think so. Because at one point I was like, maybe it was yesterday? I don't even know. I don't know. But I had like a really good span, like, or what stretch, felt like a good stretch. And then I was like, maybe the medication changes are working. And then the next day I woke up and I was like, no.
Well, I wouldn't discount it because the medications aren't going to be a cure-all.
Yeah.
But if you had a stretch, then that's a positive.
It tends to happen worse, or I have like worse episodes with the weather.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because it's all about like compression, right? And so, yeah.
Yeah.
The shrinking and expanding.
I just wouldn't go and discount the meds.
Right.
Because
it's
you never know.
Nature of the trigeminal neuralgia where I'm like, it's either on or it's off.
Right.
And so when it's, and I have times where it's like on and off, like it'll be like, I'm here and then it'll die down, but it's here and then it's here and then it's here. And so I'm like aware that I'm going to have another part of that episode.
Yeah.
So I'm like aware of it and I'm not running around like everything's rainbows and kittens because my face doesn't hurt.
Right.
But then there's times where I'm like, my face hasn't hurt for a while. And then I'm like, what do you mean face hurts? That's never happened to us ever.
Right.
I'm totally fine. And then I get like body slammed.
That's what happens with imposter syndrome.
Yes.
It gets you. Especially when it's so advanced.
Forgetting terrible pain too. Because you're like, I don't remember any of that.
Right.
So it depends on what day you catch me on, whether I'm like, everything is horrible. I hate my life and I'm going to quit my job. Or it's like, no, I'm doing great. My mental health is awesome. I think I'm learning really well how to live with this.
I think the non-sarcastic version of that sentence is true.
Huh.
You're doing well adapting.
Yes. I would say that like it's not so devastating.
Right.
But then the conversation we were having this morning really had me thinking, because like the body and the naming and why I feel the need for this to have a different name.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, the body's name is Karen. And anything horrible that is happening with her, I'm like, Karen's being horrible again. But I feel like this needs a different name because I'm too closely associated with it in a way. So it's like relearning how to pain.
Right.
Which is annoying because I've spent a long time doing this. It's the time sunk fallacy.
It really is.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you're doing better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're good by any stretch, but like.
But it's not like earth shattering anymore.
Right.
It's more of a, again.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
Like being rickrolled.
Well, give yourself credit where credit is due. Because you're doing good.
Yeah. Today.
All the time. Even when you're in a lot of pain, you've managed it like a boss, so.
Well, thanks.
Yeah,
I'm not crying in my classroom every day anymore, so that's a win.
I did.
You did?
Every day.
He snuck into my classroom and cried all over my stuff.
Not just your stuff. Everyone's stuff.
Kids' papers on paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cried till there was no more crying to be had.
Cried and cried and cried and cried.
But yeah.
But yeah. So, our week in a nutshell. There you go. Today, I'm actually excited about this one because we very rarely make our EDS episode make it into May.
Yeah.
Because it just swings by so fast. It's the end of the school year for me, and we tend to make episodes based on what's happening with us.
Yeah.
That week, instead of like, oh, we should plan 2 weeks ahead and do an EDS episode. No, we're not that organized.
Let's back up real quick.
Okay.
We not only have we done our birthday appropriately.
Yes.
We had a cake.
Yes.
We had a party.
Yeah.
And we have we're on topic. We're doing it really well this time.
It's gonna fall in the middle of May and it's perfect.
Yeah.
So
I'm proud of us.
We're good. We are good. But yeah, so May is Ehlers-Danlos Awareness Month. We both, like we said, have Ehlers-Danlos accompanying many other comorbidities.
Yep.
But Ehlers-Danlos was kind of the crux of this podcast.
Yeah.
Like it was the start of what became the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's evolved a lot since then.
Yes.
But in the beginning, it was aimed at just Ehlers-Danlos.
Yeah.
We were like, we'll just talk about this because we couldn't find it anywhere except for people talking about the scientific or medical end, not what it's like to have EDS.
Right. So we were like, we need an experiential thing out there, and there isn't one, so we're gonna make one.
Yep.
Yeah. So we were diagnosed. I'm gonna say we were diagnosed in 2018. So it took us quite a while to get there. For you, longer.
Yeah, I think it was 31, 32.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have been, let's see, -5, so I was 25.
Mm.
So yeah, it took 25 years to get a diagnosis. Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah,
to wait for anything.
That's a long time to call yourself insane because you can't do what other people can do.
Right.
A lot.
And like, you just think what you're going through is normal because it's your body. It's not like something happened to it. Right. Sometimes Ehlers-Danlos can kind of fly under the radar until like a cataclysmic event.
Yeah, like a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
Can trigger worse symptoms.
Right. So I had symptoms like fairly mild, I would say.
Yeah.
Until I was in the car accident in 2000. No, I don't know what year it was. Ignore me. But I was 16, I think. Got in a car accident. Symptoms started getting worse. Hips were dislocating. Shoulders were dislocating. Miserable time. And then you and I got back together and talked about what was happening. And we realized that it was happening the same way for both of us.
Right. Jen would sit and hang out while we were talking. She would be like, yeah, that.
Yeah.
You do that. I'm like, yeah, I do. You're right.
When we would like part ways, we'd be like, okay, wait, did I make her say the thing? Did I just
copy? Am I making this up
right?
To fit in?
Exactly.
Because we were that entrenched in the
there's nothing wrong with us because everyone
syndrome,
keeps telling me there's nothing wrong with me. Yeah. But to have like somebody else experiencing it with you is huge and helped us to not feel so alone. So that's really what the podcast became, was a way for other people to not feel so alone. Yeah,
because we needed it.
Yes.
And we were lucky to have each other.
Yeah.
And we didn't know it, but we also needed what we built. Like the podcast has helped us a ton.
Oh my God, so much. We've grown tremendously through the podcast. Yeah. So it's really been this like groundbreaking thing for us that we are sharing our entire lives with the internet and then pretending to be introverted the rest of the time. Oh yeah. So where do you want to start? That's kind of our background with EDS.
Well, I kind of want to approach this in a way that people who are diagnosed can watch, but still I want it to be informative and relatable to people who are like friends of someone who has it or a family member. Yeah. So I like doing it throughout the day because it's a good example. Everyone will have the same or similar things to do that they do
like
through the day
in the life.
Right. So we can draw like comparisons and differences between the two.
Yes. Okay. So where do we start? Waking up?
Yeah. I mean, because there's more to waking up than just waking up.
Right.
So it's like, so you have EDS. You wake up. What do you do? And it's like multiple choice, right? Do you get up? Can you get up?
What do you have to relocate first?
Will you ever get up again?
Is your POTS acting up and you can't stand?
That's me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Every morning I almost black out because I get up and I'm like, I'm away.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
So yeah, it takes energy to wake up and do things when you have EDS, especially because you may not be getting the best sleep because, during the night, like what happens is we dislocate things and we wake up and then we have to relocate and then adjust, or we'll have really bad like flare-ups of MCAS, which is an inflammatory reaction to nothing. It's an allergic reaction to nothing, really. Your body just starts inflaming. And that causes you to sweat a lot. And that's not comfy.
Oh, night sweats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your morning might suck.
You wake up and you're soaked.
Yep.
You're really sore. You got to relocate some stuff.
Oh my God, that was me this morning. Sore.
Yeah. And then throw in the fatigue.
Yes. Now, see, I'm doing way better than I thought I would because I haven't had
That's good.
Concerta in 3 months now,
Yeah.
and I'm still up and out. I have to take naps during the day. It's the only way to manage.
Well, I'm glad you have the opportunity to do that. 'Cause,
Right.
like, that's what they want us. Like, every doctor who's ever been like, oh, well, you need to, like, rest when your body wants to rest. And you're like, how?
Yeah, I have stuff to do.
Yeah.
No, I am lucky. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But fatigue is huge with EDS.
Yes.
And it's not just tired. It's not I didn't sleep well and I'm just grumpy. It's lack of energy.
Yep.
There's not sleeping well is one thing, but not having the energy to get up is a real concern.
Yes.
Because I've had days where I've literally had to like crawl up the stairs because I didn't have enough
Right.
energy.
You don't have the strength in you. Like, you feel weak. You
Yeah.
feel drained. Like, I don't know if you've ever been like a little kid and you haven't eaten enough.
Oh, totally.
Had a blood sugar crash and you literally cannot move your body anymore.
Yep.
So that's what it can feel like. So that's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
So after you get up, what are you going to do?
Well, we could throw in a little bit of ladder building too.
Yeah.
Because that's part of my life now. I incorporate building a ladder. So the first thing you do is get up. And then from there on, you build a ladder of little accomplishments throughout the day until you get to the end of the day.
Right. With appropriate supports.
Right. Instead of waking up and just going at it, gung-ho and hating yourself.
Right.
You've got to be mindful of what you do and how much energy you have throughout the day. So
yeah. Well, and sometimes that means like creating little rituals.
Yeah.
Because I think that's really big for us, or at least for me. I'm like crazy ADHD. And so for me, rituals are where it's at.
Yeah.
So, for instance, giant coffee ritual.
Well, your ritual involves shower, right?
Yes.
You wake up to shower, and then do you caffeinate every day? Or on bad days that you need it?
On bad days that I need it and I don't have the option to go back and lay down.
Okay, yeah.
So,
when
I am having like a hard time getting going, sometimes being like, I'll go get a coffee,
right,
is enough incentive to like become a human.
Yeah.
So I can go out into the world and retrieve a coffee.
Right.
And then I've done something and I've been up and moving and in the sunlight.
Which is great for your mental health.
Right. Because sunlight is hugely important with regulating your melatonin and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, and getting out and being active just in general is better than not, right? Yeah. So
yes.
It's you set a little goal and you do it. You accomplish your goal.
Well, and we find that with Ehlers-Danlos, everything comes down to momentum.
We had such a hard time describing this to doctors before.
Yeah.
And they all kind of get it, but not really. We're like, we get to the end of the day and we can't stop doing what we're doing because we have momentum. And if we stop, we're not getting that back.
Right.
Not until the next day.
And then we have to learn like tricks in order to stay active throughout the day. So for me, it's like if I have stuff to do or I want to get stuff done and I have momentum and I'm good to go, if I come home and I take my shoes off, it's over.
That's game over. Yeah.
It's over. I'm not getting anything else accomplished. Done. But if I come home and I'm keep my shoes on,
it's still go.
And I go, okay, this is the task I want to get done. Like I can do the task.
Jen does the same thing. She won't change into her PJs or sit at her computer until everything is done.
Right.
And then she'll change and sit down.
Yep.
So I get that.
Yeah. So momentum and a little bit of ritual. Because for me, it's like the shower is really important.
Yeah.
Because those are all like steps of getting ready.
Yeah.
Right. So even if I'm not like going anywhere that day, if I want to do stuff, if I want to be able to do housework at all, I have to shower first.
Right. Well, it's a good tool. You've trained your body to react.
Yeah.
Your body and mind know how to react when you do the thing now.
Yes.
It's really handy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And then there's like, or I incentivize something. So if I can trick myself into doing something with like a goal in mind.
Right.
So sometimes it's like, oh, do you want to come over and shoot an extra thing on Sunday? I'm like, okay, cool. That's going to be my incentive.
Right.
To get this line of tasks done so that I can go do that.
Right.
And that helps tremendously.
Yep. But this is all in the morning. So like you get up, you take a shower, do your routine, and then breakfast happens.
Or it doesn't happen.
Or doesn't. I was going to say. So you have the do's and don'ts, right?
Yeah.
Do try to eat. Don't force yourself to eat.
Yeah.
because that's a trap.
Especially if you're somebody who takes morning medication.
Mm-hmm.
Do as I say, not as I do, and eat something.
You're pretty good about that sometimes.
Yeah, if I have like little bars with me at work, like I keep a bunch of food at work.
Yeah.
Because I learned that I wasn't eating. Like if I don't remember to bring something.
Right.
And I can't really solve that problem right then and there, but I can take stuff with me to work.
Exactly.
Leave it at work, and then I can get to work and be like, oh, I can eat a thing.
Right.
So try to eat, because your medications, a lot of them, are going to work better, longer, if you have had the appropriate meal with them.
Yeah.
Or after them sometimes.
And try eating well. I mean, that's the standard.
Yeah.
Just good diet does help.
My husband will tell you Cheez-Its and Mike and Ike's is not a meal. So
I disagree.
I just outed myself there. Sorry.
Mike and Ike's.
Cheez-Its and Mike and Ike's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then this is a big one for you, I think. The like judging what to do with your day, because there are days that you have to go in late. There are days that you can't go. There are days that you are good to go.
Yes.
See, so it's like
this is like with work.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you do to make the call?
Usually it's like there are some days where I wake up and I know it's absolutely not going to happen.
Yeah.
And those are the days where I wake up and I am like on the verge of tears immediately, where I'm like, nothing's going to happen today. I feel awful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with myself. I don't feel good. And sometimes just the emotional overwhelm also. Because when you feel terrible, especially first thing in the morning, your like brain space can go like dark side really quick.
Oh yeah.
And there have been days where I like will call you first thing in the morning and be like, I can't do this, and you're like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Call out of work, silly.
Well, no, it's like we go through the survey. There's like 5 questions, and if you answer yes to 3 or more, then it's time to stay home.
Yeah. Well, and that's really the evaluation, is like, am I in the right emotional headspace?
That's huge, especially for your job.
Because that's, is the thing, is like, I have to be able to decide whether or not I can go to work, mask a little bit for adults, and then pour myself into my work, and then make it enough to go home before I totally crash. There are other times where it's like, I get up, I'm moving slow, and so I just need a little while to get going. And sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I literally can't be awake. I cannot.
No, it's the fatigue.
I'm unable to be awake.
You'll try, and then you go. This is my favorite. This is the best game in the world, right? So you sleep, you wake up, you're like, I'm gonna get dressed. You go to sit up, and then you wake up. And it's been 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shoot, now I really got to get up. You wake up again. Another hour has gone by. And then you're like, well, I'm not going to work. I'm not doing anything today. So you concede and let the fatigue win.
Yeah.
And then you wake up at 8 p.m. and you've missed everything.
And then you can't sleep because you've been asleep all day.
That.
It's really fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no. But there are some days where I can judge it, where I'm like, I just need some more sleep.
Yeah.
And I can text my boss and be like, I'm going to be a little bit late.
That is interesting. There's a difference between feeling fatigued and tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are days that I'm tired and I'll sleep and feel fine. There are days that I'm fatigued and I know it right off the bat. And I'm like, this is not going to be good.
Right.
You can just feel the lack of energy.
Because like the tired can come from like, I had trouble falling asleep last night.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up several times because I dislocated stuff.
Yep.
My stomach is acting up because that'll happen with EDS.
We'll get to
that. Yeah. Whew. All of the things, like there's so many factors that go into play there.
Mm-hmm.
Between like, oh, I'm tired and I need a couple more hours of sleep, or even just an hour more of sleep will do it. And then there's days where you're like, I literally cannot move.
Right.
It's not going to happen today. I'm so sorry. And then I wake up when my husband comes home from work.
Surprise!
And I'm like, whoa, time has passed.
Ow, I just borked up both of my knees and my right hip just by doing that.
Oh, Jesus. Welcome to EDS.
I'm a poster child.
It's kind of like, imagine that you had, I don't even know how to put it with like the joint stuff.
Oh.
Where they slide all over the place.
Well, it's interesting because you have to think about the things holding your joints together, right?
Yeah.
Because that's where the elasticity is, and that's where the problem is. Because you just got to think naturally it would fall out, and they're always wanting to fall out. Yeah. So when you have loose tissue, it doesn't take much to just fall out.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because you have a really, really loose, like, muscle and ligaments and stuff. Mm-hmm. Mine's more stretchy. Like, I dislocate when more pressure is applied than little movements, usually. Yeah. Like, I have to be doing something pretty actively. And then,
that makes sense.
See what I mean? It's like it's like a slow and then it's gone.
Right.
Yours are more like pop.
Right. Well, they're just like, I'll be standing and then thunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I dislocated my knee earlier in the week, and it was just literally, I did a thing. I relocated my husband's bad shoulder. and then I had even reprimanded him. I was like, you need to immobilize it.
Yeah.
That was the second time I had to put it back. I was like, you need to stop pretending to be me, and like, it's totally fine to dislocate. Stop moving. Put it in like a cat, like in a sling. Immobilize it. Knock it off. And then I turned away, walked away, and immediately my knee was like, boom. And I was like, that doesn't look right. And it kind of hurts.
Right. See, if that was me, I would turn and it would go slowly, and then it would slowly like thunk
so
out.
You get like this weird notice.
Yes.
Dislocation.
But there's no stopping it. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Once I feel it going, there's no, like, nothing I do is going to stop it from going all the way.
See, and I just kind of discover a dislocation.
Right.
Where I'm like,
well, I do that too.
That hurts. And then something, like my finger yesterday.
Oh.
That thing, it was like.
It was jagged.
Squiggly.
It was like you were doing the Harry Potter lightning symbol with your pinky.
Which was ridiculous because I literally had it just like propped on the paper while I was writing.
Yep.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of EDS is like people think it's injuries, that we injure ourselves easily. And that is inaccurate. And I don't like that that's the stigma where they're like, oh, well, how many times have you had to go to the ER to have something relocated? And you're like,
nah,
no,
bro.
I just had to learn how to do it myself
because
this has been my whole life.
Yep.
Also, I don't have the money to go to the ER every 4 hours for a different dislocation.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating. But so that's your guidance in the morning. It's when you decide what you're going to do.
Right.
And then what are some don'ts in that situation?
Oh, okay.
I big one, don't blame yourself if you can't physically do it. If you have to stay home, don't blame yourself. Don't attack yourself.
Because there is a lot of guilt that we feel that is attached to our productivity or our like perceived demand of productivity.
Yeah.
And that can be emotionally devastating to feel like you are bad because you can't.
Yeah.
You can't because your body is FUBAR.
Right. Well, and with EDS, you probably, I'm going to take a shot in the dark here, have depression and maybe also a lack of self-confidence. So don't fall into the spiral of death.
Yeah.
Don't
just here's the thing. You mean more because like, how did I put it before? You are and always will be more than your productivity or what you can produce
for others. Yeah.
So
you have intrinsic value.
You have value because you exist, because you are a human being, and you deserve to be able to live in that value.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's hard. Like, we had to rebuild from like ground zero with confidence and with trust for other people and some self-worth and some self-esteem. Mm-hmm. And the podcast really helped us with that too, though.
Yeah, so start a podcast and then we could be friends. We'll do interviews and stuff.
Or just come hang out with us on the collab. Discord, and then you can have some self-confidence because you're not alone.
Right.
You are not alone. You're never alone, and it's okay.
Right.
But yes, don't ever blame yourself. There is a big don't, though. Like, don't... If you're crying in your shower, that's it. Like, don't push beyond
Call it,
that.
Yeah.
Stop there.
Oh, yeah. Don't be afraid to, like, just go lay down.
Yeah.
It's not like staying home is one thing, but you might need to just lay down and rest.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Don't push yourself.
Right. You don't have to clean the house because you stayed home. Like.
Right. You don't have to make something of your day if you can't.
Yeah. Well, and remember that as much as we want to think that other people don't believe us, it's really not up to them to believe us.
Oh my God. That's a hard one to swallow too.
Yeah.
Especially because medical professionals with EDS, it seems like a lot of them don't even believe in it.
Yes. There are some of those.
Yeah. And well, it's like the same with fibromyalgia, right? Like they're like, oh, it's it's a non-issue. You have this thing, it's in your head.
Right.
Right.
Whoa, oh my God, that's a big one, is that you will likely be handed what we like to call like dead end or cop out. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Cop out diagnoses. And fibromyalgia is often used that way.
Which sucks for people who have it.
Yeah. We understand it's a real and true condition, but it has been used so flippantly within the medical community to just refer to, you have pain and we don't know why, and we also probably don't believe you.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. There's a name, so you can leave us alone now.
Well, and
bye.
It's like now I've alerted all the other medical professionals.
Yeah.
You
to your lying nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I think I'm trying to think of other don'ts in those situations. Like so if you can continue with your routine and there are days where you start the routine and you're not feeling it, you're low, but as you go through the routine, you kind of come back up, and so that's kind of the ladder, right?
Yeah. Each step kind of take an assessment of how you're doing.
Right. And check back in with yourself. And like, even if you make it to coffee and filling your water bottle and you're ready and dressed and you still just can't, like, don't be afraid to turn around and go put your pajamas on.
Yeah.
It's okay. And I know it's hard because financially, especially, we all worry about our hours.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter is, like, you have a disability. And with EDS, you may have multiple, or you may develop multiple disabilities throughout your lifetime. Don't stay quiet.
Right. Here's a good, just in general, don't for EDS, don't compare yourself to others.
Oh God, no.
Because your experience still matters.
Right.
Let's say that like you have EDS, but it's very light and you dislocate like one joint or something and you're like, oh no, I don't count. I'm not really disabled. It's like,
yes,
no,
you are. Stop that.
You are EDS.
Especially because EDS, we never know what it's going to be like 1 year to the next.
Right. Oh yeah.
There are people who have really mild EDS until their 50s or 60s, and then suddenly it all like goes to shit.
Yep.
There are people who have just kind of been on a steady track of developments, but that doesn't mean that it's always going to be a downhill slide.
Yeah.
So
we've had that conversation many times.
Yeah.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We'll both be on the downhill and the other one will be like, this isn't forever.
Yeah.
And you're like,
oh my God.
I know it's not, but
if there's one thing you can leave here with, like, just know it's not forever.
Right.
It isn't forever. None of it's forever. How you're feeling in that moment is that moment. And that'll pass and it'll become something different. So live your moments, but don't fall into the trap of predestining yourself for those moments.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. What are other don'ts?
Don't not Venmo me $1,000. I know we have some newbies and they don't know, but Venmo $1,000
right now. Click the button.
Yeah, click here.
Right?
Click here. There's nothing there. No. I'm not editing that.
No.
It's a
and like I said, don't stay quiet. Here's the thing. We get so sucked into masking, and it is unbelievably damaging for your mental and emotional well-being. Masking is not what we're meant to do as human beings, and it's not what we deserve to have to do. Why are you smiling? Because I'm passionate about this?
No, I mean, I love the passion. I'm passionate about this too. What I'm smiling at is the progress we've made to get to that sentence.
Yeah.
We started saying that masking was a tool, and now we're at the point where we realize that it's not really a tool. it's necessary in some situations, but we're now like, don't force it. Like,
right.
Be you.
Well, and here's the thing. If you're watching this, there's so many people in this community who can relate with what you're going through. And so even if you have to mask through part of your life, find somewhere where you don't have to.
Right. Please choose us, though. It's weird. Like, here's a great example of like people having similar situations, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I've done back surgery. And we've been talking with people who have had to have major back surgeries before or are getting them. I had sepsis. That's pretty rare. Somebody in our chat or in our Discord was like, "Oh yeah, no, I had sepsis once and it was horrible."
Well, and other people always thanking us for talking about these things because people do feel alone. Yeah, and they feel like a sense of shame. And you don't pick up the shame. It doesn't belong to you. You don't need it. Put it down right now. Just
drop.
You don't know where it's been, so put it down. Leave it alone. Shame bad. But really, like, what is the killer of all your self-esteem? Shame.
Yeah. Well,
in one form
yourself.
or another. Yeah.
It's internal.
That, yeah. So find somebody that you can talk to.
Yeah.
Find a community if you can.
Yeah. Or build one. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like starting your own groups or reaching out to people.
Yep.
I mean, that's what we did, and so far it's been wonderful.
Yes.
So.
Well, and we've had a lot of people tell us that they haven't ever felt so seen. And that is upsetting. So
it really is.
We need to make ourselves seen because we don't deserve to not be.
Yeah.
What you doing?
I just muted that mic.
I see. What else?
I want some fun do's.
Do fall down the stairs. Repeat it. Don't do that.
That's a criticism. Oh, I didn't talk about that. I fell down the stairs.
When did you fall down the stairs?
This week. I was taking my laundry down the stairs.
Know this story. Oopsie.
And I slipped and fell like halfway through the stairs with a thing of laundry and landed and dislocated my left knee and was trapped.
And then yelled at.
And then I called for Jen. I'm at the bottom, like, Jen. She was in the bathroom at the top of the stairs. I was like, I need help because I didn't want Papa to hear me. He was in there, and I knew if he heard it, saw me, he would have.
It was over.
Me. So she comes down and she's like really pissed. She's like super pissed off, and I was like, whoa, what is this all about then?
Yeah.
And, she helps me up and carries me upstairs, and then goes and does something and comes back and was like, why were you so mad? She's like, I just don't like it when you're hurt.
I'm angry at you for hurting yourself.
It's like, yeah, but you don't need to be mean about it.
She's just mad at Ezekiel. She's not mad at you.
I know.
It's okay.
Yeah. Well, and part of what I was upset at is that, like, I wanted to do chores. Like, I was like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
This is me doing my thing. And she was yelling at me because I was doing it. And I was like, no, but I need to do my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I needed that for me.
Yes.
But no. She's like, I'll just do it for you.
This is like my lunch story earlier in this week that I forgot to tell.
Yeah.
The time that I ordered myself lunch.
Oh, yeah.
I had like 2-3 bites and immediately had to just abandon it entirely because my face set fire to itself.
You had to give your food away.
Yeah.
That was the day that we talked.
Oh, because I was livid. I was so upset. And it's like, I don't know. I think most of you can relate to this. When you're already having a bad time and then someone screws up your food. Or something screws up your food.
Yeah.
So the thing that you're like, I purchased this because I wanted to eat this, and now I don't get to eat this.
Yeah.
That I was counting on being able to eat.
Right. You were looking forward to it.
And now I'm mad and sad. Yeah, it was fun. Oh, do feel your feelings. It's okay.
Yeah. Go back a couple episodes if you're new.
Yeah.
I think it's literally called Feel Your Feelings, or
feeling your feelings.
Yeah.
Or how to feel your feelings, maybe.
But yeah, you need to experience them so that you can get past them if they're negative, or enjoy them if they're positive.
Right, because every time you put it in the closet, you're really just storing it for later.
Yes.
And they tend to pop out when you least expect them to. Mwahaha.
Yeah, still crying about stuff.
I mean, good. I know that sounds mean, but it's like you've been waiting for that like cathartic release.
Yeah.
And so now you're having some installments.
Yeah, like I'm making payments.
Yeah. Oh, I have therapy next Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
That'll be fun. I know. We have a habit with me and my pain psych where we get together. I deflect and use humor a lot. And she's like, your affect does not match the horrible things you're telling me right now. And then
I have that problem
she
too.
makes me cry and then is like, oh, we're out of time. I'll see you in 3 weeks. And you're like, I'm crying now. And now you're going to leave. What?
We have the effect of having the wrong affect.
Yes.
I do it all the time. I'll be like talking about when I had, like, now I have a story where it's like, oh, I almost died.
Yeah.
Like, but it had no impact on me. I'm like, I didn't die. Yeah. It was a horrible experience, but I can just casually talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
Or like the stuff that happened in middle school, I can casually talk about that. And people will be like, what?
Pardon me?
That's not funny to joke about. I'm like, well, I'm not joking.
It happens to me at work sometimes where I'll say something and the school mom will be there. And I always forget, like, she's not okay with hearing some of the things that have, like, happened in my life.
Yeah.
To me. And she'll just be like, oh my God, can I give you a hug? And you're like, what?
I don't need a hug.
Because you're talking about
I'm
it like
fine.
you're talking about, like, walking the dog.
Right.
It's okay to feel your feelings.
Yeah.
But, like, do it how you need to do it too. Just
Absolutely.
don't put them away and leave them forever because they'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
And it won't be pretty and you won't like it.
Some other good EDS do's and don'ts. I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. Do know that you're going to have the most horrible stomach issues.
Yes.
Your digestion won't make sense. Ever.
No.
None of it.
Also, do let your dentist know that you have EDS.
Yeah. Because a lot of them don't know that it does affect the teeth.
Well, not even just that, but when they numb you.
Oh, yeah. I was going to get to that next. Like, anesthetic, too, in general.
Yeah.
Like, if you have surgery, you need... If you're like us, and a lot of people are, because we've talked to people, but, like, as far as drugs go, we just demolish them.
Weird.
Right.
Like, or not at all.
Right.
Because there's literally two options if you are on, like, a numbing medication or anesthetic of any kind.
Mm-hmm. Either
you process it all at once.
That's me.
In one go. Or not at all.
Also me.
Yes.
God, you both.
So, like, anesthetic, when they're doing my teeth, process it all, and then they put more in, but now everything's drenched, and then it never wears off.
Right. Well, that's why I was impressed with my dentist. He nailed it. My numbness didn't last that long.
It's important.
And it didn't hurt, except for when I had to, but
yeah,
it wasn't his fault.
Right.
You know?
They have to hurt you sometimes.
Yeah.
To get your stuff done. Oh, do make reasonable goals for yourself.
Oh, that's a really good one. Yes.
And by reasonable, I mean, like, achievable. And in treatment, because here's the thing, you're never going to achieve 100%, like, quote unquote normal.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to happen. You can achieve better, but you're never going to achieve, like, other people's baseline. So don't set up that goal for yourself.
Right. Yeah, you got to keep in mind that it's EDS. It's a different monster every day.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you might have days where you feel almost normal, though.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
I had one recently, and I was like, I feel good today. It was last Wednesday. And I was, like, pinging off the walls. I was like, I feel good today. I'm doing awesome right now.
I'm absolutely killing it.
Yeah. Celebrate those days.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Celebrate good times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Break? What are you thinking?
Let me think of one more good one.
Okay.
I'm trying to think back to some of the comics that have been made, because some of those are really good examples of what to not do or do.
If you're a friend of an EDSer, don't make silly suggestions like fish oil is going to make it all better.
Okay. She doesn't mean that in a mean way.
No, but
she's saying, like, it might be the first thing that comes to your mind is to say, why don't you get collagen implant?
Mm-hmm.
It won't,
or whatever.
We make it faulty. It comes out that way. You can't supplement it. Mm-hmm. Your body's not going to use it unless it makes it itself. So.
Right. Sorry, I'm looking for some of the comics. I don't remember if they were posted.
She posts in general.
It is general. Okay. Let's see. Some of the comics are really funny. What are some other things, do's and don'ts?
Do join the Discord, please.
Do doctor shop.
Oh, absolutely. This one's huge. You've got to remember that you are looking for a partnership with your doctor. You're not looking for someone that's going to cure you and just do everything for you. You need to be a little bit involved, but you need a partnership. Yes. Someone who's going to try and care about you and keep trying, because it's going to take multiple tries at anything. Yeah. You're going to see specialists. You're going to see like other doctors. Find the one that you can relate with. Yeah. And like I had one. It was amazing.
It is important.
Karina has one.
I do.
She won't let you know who it is though, because he's a secret.
Everybody keeps telling him or taking him, so you're going to get with him though, right?
Hopefully. I can't get a hold of the broker, but we'll see.
Bug said he'd call, so
yeah, hopefully he remembers.
I'm looking for more of these comics. The Well People is pretty good.
Well People. Beware the Well People.
Beware of the Well People. They will not Oh, here's a good one. Do understand that other people, well people specifically, it's not that they don't want to understand you. It's that they literally and physically can't. They cannot understand you unless they've been through something that they can kind of equate.
Right. It may sound silly though. Like sometimes I get hit with like like it's like if I do like at my major surgery, right?
Yeah.
Someone will say, "Oh, I have my sinus work done." Yeah. It's like, "Oh, yeah." I mean, you had surgery. Yeah. Relate.
Yeah.
I get it.
Right.
Or, little things. But that's their closest they got to that.
Yeah.
They're trying.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I think we frustrate them as well because they want to be able to understand us, but they can't and they don't.
Yeah.
And so I think we make them uncomfortable a lot of the time.
I would agree with that.
And that sucks. But understand that they just don't know how to deal with you. So this is where explicit communication comes in.
Yep.
Where you've got to be explicit from here on out. If you need something, you say it, what you need. You mean to say something, you say what you mean to say. Like there's a lot of value in making sure that other people know where you're at.
Yeah.
Because then you're not like fighting them all the way through.
If you're a friend or a family member of someone with EDS, make it known that they can be explicit with you.
Yeah.
That's the kind of relationship that they're going to need.
Yes.
Because they're going to need to tell you things. It's just straight up, because they're not going to have energy to hide it, or that it's just it's a whole mess. Just let them be straightforward.
Yes.
Let them know.
Don't read into the things that they say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's the other side of the explicit train.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we can go on a break.
Okay. What do they need to do?
Get some water, and then drink your water.
Venmo me $1,000. Not
me.
him.
It's me.
Me. We're
the
gonna
meme
Venmo
is me.
Me.
She's not allowed. She doesn't even know. Okay.
I don't know what $1,000 is.
You don't know anything.
Jon Snow.
Yeah.
I know nothing. Yes.
Take your meds.
Take your meds.
You forgot. Take them. Take them now. Do it. I'll wait. Please.
Don't forget again. Stop snoozing the alarm.
You're doing it again, right? You're like putting me off. Like I'm not going to sit here for 5 minutes waiting for you. I have time. Okay.
We're waiting. They're supposed to do it over the break, though. If they never get to the break, how are they supposed to do it?
Just gonna stare them down. It's fine.
Yeah. Drink water. Take your meds. Have a snack, because you are a snack.
Facts. Take a break if you need one.
Yes.
If you're doing chores or at work and you have a chance to relax, take it. Take your 10 and really enjoy it.
Yeah. Find some sunlight if you can. Because like I said, sunlight is really important for regulating sleep and promoting the ability to go to sleep when it is dark.
Yeah.
So.
And then shameless plugs.
Yes. Shameless plugs. You can now join our Patreon.
We do. We have a Patreon.
Patreon.
Or an OnlyPains.
Which I think is the best name ever. It's amazing.
They're both great.
We are going to link it down below so you can find it there. And then you can contribute to what you see and what you find here.
Yeah, if you want to support us, it's the best way to do it.
Yes.
So,
what do they get access to?
Oh, yeah, it comes with perks. Imagine that. So, we have our full unedited episode. So we're talking the minute we sit down and hit record to the time we end.
Yep.
All of it, except for the part in the middle where we take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Just there for everyone. Don't know why people wanted that, but they love it. And if you want to see more of us be derpy and say really offensive things, go for it.
Yeah.
Jump right in.
You can also find the shorts.
Yep.
Our
TikToks and our YouTube shorts are all hosted.
Yep.
And then
stuff.
we have music reviews coming.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
That's it for now, yeah.
Yeah,
and
we have
Patreon
projects.
Call-outs, of course.
Yeah.
So the summer is coming, so get ready, because once I go on summer break, we're going to be shooting a lot more, and a lot more fun stuff will be available in the Patreon.
Mm-hmm. I like that we plugged it. You know what's coming up right now?
I know, the commercial.
The
I
commercial.
wondered why you were plugging.
Oh, I was trying to plug other stuff.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I was
Oops.
trying to push the Discord, but it's fine.
Come join their Discord. It's pretty fantastic.
It is. The people there are amazing.
Yeah.
So,
and if you join us in our lives, we get to actually meet you, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also help us plan for episodes.
Yeah, if you have something you want to talk about or have questions, that's always a great place to ask. So
yeah, this morning we talked about ADHD and how what that diagnosis kind of looked like for both of us. Yeah. All right, my friends, we will see you in a minute. Bye.
Oh, hi. Do you like Fantastic Pains? Would you like to see more of the Fantastic Pains podcasting crew? If so, you should join our Patreon. The Patreon, as we like to call it, is the new home of our behind-the-scenes content, full uncut recording sessions, our short-form videos such as TikToks and YouTube Shorts, and our past live streams. You can also find some Patreon exclusive content such as our new music reviews, lost episodes, and is the new home of our Mini Voices series, all of which can be found in our higher tier dubbed The Only Pains. The Patreon is the best way to support the podcast, so whether you want to see more of us or just want to help us grow, feel free to sign up following the link in the description below, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the show. Welcome back. How was your break? Mine was very long and tiring.
Yes.
I haven't slept in a day. 2 days?
Probably 2.
It's been 2 days now, yeah.
So we're trying our very hardest here, but also that meant giving ourselves a day, which is on theme. So
yeah.
Let's jump in to the life hacks, how to live with EDS section of our show today.
Yes, let's shill.
Let's shill. Let's not. Don't
Shallots.
Shallots.
Okay, so you have EDS, right? You start off with EDS. You put it in a cup and you drink it. Why'd you do that? Don't know. But you did it, and now you have to live with it. Step 1, don't move ever, because you will break. You will. Don't do it. Just sit still. That's what I do. I've been sitting like this the whole time. What else?
Overnight and everything.
What's a good one? I have a do. Make sure that you go down the stairs on your butt so that everybody knows you're weird. Everyone will know.
Also, you can follow that up by falling up the stairs every single time you go up, even if it's 3 stairs. Do that.
It's even better if you do 3 stairs. Because you got to show gravity who's the boss. You have EDS, you're the boss.
There's less to catch you, though, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, don't try and summon Cthulhu to, fix you. It's not going to happen.
He won't fix you.
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah.
Don't summon anybody to try to fix you, because
that's
souls.
On a non-facetious note, don't look for a solution to fix yourself. That's a dead end street that's going to make you feel very bad for a very long time.
Yes,
so
actually, there's a lot to be said for looking for better, not perfect.
Exactly.
Because if you go into every treatment option looking to be better, to be perfect, if you're make me totally normal, it's not going to happen. You're going to be disappointed, and surgeries are not going to pay off for you.
Yep.
And everybody's different about surgery, so don't let people bully you into things that you're not quite comfortable with.
Yeah.
And to follow that up, anybody who says they have a cure is a liar.
And
don't buy their
something.
product. Yeah. Because there's tons of people out there who are like, well, if you just take this vitamin, you will have taken a vitamin.
Well, see, those are pretty obvious. The scary ones are when they invite you to a Facebook group or some group and they kind of like sucker you in,
cells too,
and then they start dropping hints about things like they're in for the long con.
The stem cell people.
Oh God, yeah.
Where they're like, but what if for $3,000 we could cure your EDS today?
What if? Amazing.
We don't live in what if. That's another one.
Yep.
So hang out in the present and with the way things are, but always know that things change and they get different. Maybe not better and maybe not worse, but different.
Different.
Yeah. What else?
It's fun to look forward to.
Yeah.
I need a don't. Another don't. I want more don'ts.
Let's see.
Don't gross your friends out.
Don't perform party tricks.
Oh yeah.
Stop that.
Yeah, don't. It's bad for you. Just because it doesn't hurt now doesn't mean you're not damaging yourself.
Right.
Trust us. I've had 7 surgeries, and they were all to fix joints for me being a derp.
Yes.
And just overdoing it.
Right. Well, and that goes into like the do of listen to your body.
This is a big one.
Yeah. Especially intuitively. The more we listen to our bodies, the more we realize that we have more like instinct than we think we do. Like you and I learned how to adjust ourselves mostly based on like I'd be standing there randomly and Karen's like, do a thing, and I'm like, okay, and I do a really weird thing and suddenly something pops back into place.
Yep. Yeah. That happened a lot. That's another one. Take your meds. That's a deal. Yeah. Don't forget your meds. If you're on meds, don't forget them.
Don't be afraid of meds.
Yeah, that's a big one. There's a lot of like hate in the groups like out there. We've like scoured communities and they're like, medication is so bad for you. Yeah. Don't do it.
Or looking down on people who need medication.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because they can do it without. Why not you? Like clearly you're just in your
It's their complex, not yours.
Yes.
So don't listen to them.
Do what you need to do to take care of you.
Yeah. And it's okay to take care of yourself. Yeah. You have to be okay with it.
Right. Don't fall out of momentum for too long.
Yeah.
Because we have a saying here that goes, a body in motion tends to stay in motion, while a body at rest tends to want to die.
Yeah.
The more time we are not in motion, the worse it gets. Because your muscles are not doing anything to hold everything together. Mm-hmm. If you are following your momentum, your muscles tend to hold together a little tighter, a little better. But then you have a crash at the end. So that's a trade-off.
And maybe as like aside, as an aside, get into meditating, but do it in more of a body scan. Because a lot of people aren't really in tune with their bodies the same way.
Right.
So if you're the type of person who's like, I hurt and I don't really know where or why.
Yeah.
Maybe start taking time to feel yourself out and start learning about your body, like where things hurt, what does, be mindful of it.
That's another good one is like, don't fear the pain. Because unfortunately, pain will be your lifelong companion. And it's easier if you learn to work with it through it than to shy away from it. But also don't be like us and be totally reckless.
Well, we're not totally reckless now.
Well, we were.
We were, for sure. We were angry and reckless.
Yeah.
That's probably a phase I think everyone has when they're going through this. Because it's the same story for everyone. Mm-hmm. You get diagnosed later in life because they said there's nothing wrong with you because you're young.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you ended up having to figure shit out on your own.
Right. Don't internalize the things that doctors may say to you. Mm-hmm. They don't live in your body. You do.
Well, that says something about the doctor. Like earlier we said to doctor shop, and that could be something to look out for. Because like I had a doctor who was awesome, David. Mm-hmm. And the first time we met, I was worried that he was going to try and fix me. Like he has like, we got to fix the problems.
Right.
Until he read up on it, and then he was like, oh, okay,
right,
I know better. So you want to kind of meter it out, I guess.
Yeah. Give it a couple sessions, but also don't let yourself be a doormat.
No, you got to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
And I saw when I had my teeth removed, the nurse this is what brought it up. The nurse said, like I said, I want to get all my teeth removed, all the bottom ones, because they're all bad. And she's like, well, you know what? We'll talk about it because you know your body better than anyone, and if you feel that that's the case, then we'll look at it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank you for understanding, and not just being like, no, we're keeping all your teeth always.
Right. Well, you're just too young for that.
Too young.
Is the
Always
big
too
one.
young, and then
Yeah.
I'll be too old. Great.
Yeah. It's never like the right age.
Oh, this is a hard don't. Some of these are like soft don'ts. This is like a hard one.
Huh.
Don't internalize other people's like perception of you, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because you don't want to become what they say you are.
Right.
Because there will be people, like toxic people in your life, that are gonna say shit about you, and you just have to not be that person, you know?
Right.
Like we've dealt with it, like people talking about us behind our backs,
Oh, yeah.
like saying that I was agoraphobic or
Yeah.
It's
Just the weirdest things.
It's not worth it.
Because people will not understand. And
Right.
that's just how it is.
And some won't believe you.
Yes. Well, and that is not your fault,
Right.
by the way. So if someone does not believe you or does not understand the severity of what you're going through, that's not your fault. It is an awful experience, and I think it's something we have all experienced.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. It's like incredibly frustrating, but it's not your fault.
Right.
And not your responsibility.
It's up to you how much they play a part in your life. So, I mean, if it really matters, if you really need them in your life, you could talk it out. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can't force people into thinking or feeling ways.
Yes. Do find community.
Oh yeah, huge.
If we didn't say that yesterday, I don't really know.
We talked about it a bit,
little
but
bit, yeah.
Our Discord community, the whole channel community we have is amazing. We love
Oh,
every one of you, and it's been great, and it's helped us a lot.
Yeah.
We don't talk a lot in there, but we're always reading and following along.
Yes.
So, we know what's going on, and
Right.
we've learned so much.
Yeah. Well, and it's not as like restricted as some of the other like online groups.
Right, we're not-
can be.
We're not going to be like a Facebook group where it's like, you can't say anything about anybody ever. Don't post, but post your dog. Well, you said something about EDS about your dog. Bad. You
No
take that away.
selfies. Stop that.
Oh, are
Don't-
you promoting your
don't-
puppy?
don't-
Can you get rid of it, please?
Don't take pictures of you or what's hurting you or the stuff you use to
That's
help
hate speech.
not hurt you.
If you're in
Like,
pain,
no.
that's hate speech.
No, we are real people living a real life, and this is not a performative thing. So
No.
if you want to come hang out and not have to perform, welcome.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm proud of most, is that we just have a community that
Yes.
holds itself together and there's no toxicity in it. Like,
Yeah.
we're just there.
We've been doing this for 2 years, and we've never had a problem within the community
Nope.
at all.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of a problem, but that's because I'm problematic. I'm a problem. When I was 17, I dressed up as Aladdin.
He went outside and got a tan and everything.
I didn't darken my skin,
On purpose.
but still, it feels weird in hindsight. I just had to sneak
Oh,
that
it
in
hurts.
there, and now I've killed her. That's it.
Ow! Also, don't stay quiet.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of power in being able to like let people know where you are in life.
it's so much better than having to tiptoe around it,
Yes.
because everyone will do it, and then you have this weird resentment that builds up, and then or like really weird opinions get formed, and
Yeah.
it's just, if you're open, everybody knows what page they're on,
Right.
and if you can get that, that's golden.
That's part of the explicit communication.
That is the explicit communication.
Yes.
That is it.
Ow. Oh. It feels like they're trying to pull my teeth into my ear, but from the inside.
Mm.
Ow. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good, guys. Rar. Rar, 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 rar. Okay, I'm done. What?
Nothing.
What is he doing?
Nothing.
Are we
Just,
back on chicken nugget?
no,
Oh, God.
no. You just do your thing.
Oh, I'll just continue to
Yeah,
die on screen. It's fine. Yeah. And then I think a really important one is find a therapist who understands chronic pain. If you can work with somebody who, what is he doing? I'm so confused.
My brain had an intrusive thought. I'll have to share it later because it's really inappropriate.
Okay. But yeah, find a therapist who understands chronic pain. And then also understand that what you're going through is not necessarily chronic pain. It may be the revolving door of injuries. Because that's EDS.
Yeah. I loved my therapist. Like, therapy in general is really helpful. You'll get more out of it than you think.
Yes.
It's not just like talking about your past and whatever. You learn coping skills. You learn about other people. You don't feel alone as much. You can relate.
Yeah.
You can dump all your feelings that are pent up. It's really, really useful, because pain gets worse when you're
exactly,
when you're stressed or going through things.
Well, and being able to work through any thoughts that are not like in line with reality.
Oh yeah.
Like our unhelpful thinking styles.
Yep.
That one. Yeah. I can't move my jaw or my tongue super much.
That's fun.
This is all like locking down now, which is really fun. I don't know what's happening anymore.
She tried geminal neuralgia.
Don't do it. It's bad. I don't like it. Nobody likes it. Why do we try this?
Let's go away, brain thought. I'll talk about you later.
You're terrible, and I'm curious.
Oh wait, I have an idea. Thanks for being on hold. That was great.
Now I know a thing. And it was indeed an intrusive thought.
It was.
That's
sorry about
special. That was funny though. Thanks for that. Oh my god. I don't know what else.
I feel like there's a lot of little things we could talk about.
Yeah.
Because there are small things that we take for granted that we do now, and things that we don't do because we don't need to. That makes sense. Like we've outgrown some of the like skills or even like mobility aid stuff. Like we've grown out of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we could do like a refresher on that stuff.
Yeah, we could definitely do
little life hacks.
Little life hacks. First little life hack. They need to sponsor us. Apothecana.
Oh yes.
If you can get your hands on it. This little mystery miracle bottle of happiness. This is the only topical I've ever found ever, and I've literally tried them all because my husband purchased them all.
Yep.
It's the only one that works. It's not like, so you know when you use like Icy Hot or something, or Biofreeze, where you put it on and then your nerves fire up and then you are in agony because of the cream that's supposed to be like cooling or heating, and your nerves are like, what is that?
Yeah.
What did you just do? Now we're on fire.
That
But
doesn't happen with this.
This doesn't do that. It actually smells good, which I really like. It absorbs really quickly. It works on nerve pain, which nothing else has ever done.
It's what I use on my back all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
so we like to bathe in this stuff.
It's good.
And I recommend it to everybody all the time, and will continue to do so because it's good.
It is.
So that's a really big one. What else?
What else?
Like, I don't even know. Product wise, I don't know. I'm gonna say something that may not be in line. I don't know.
Intrigued.
I don't know. It's not like super crazy bad, but I think if you are using mobility aids like braces, you should also be working with a PT.
Oh, absolutely.
To help you train out of the bad habits and into the better ones.
Right, because you don't want that to degrade. You'll get stuck in a brace permanently.
Yes.
Because your muscles will degrade and then you're stuck. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, yeah.
That's not out of line at all. That's just a fact.
Because I'm like, cool, you can use a brace, but you're also just sticking a Band-Aid on it. And if you're like me, I'm really good at dislocating inside of braces.
Yeah, and then getting locked in them.
Yeah. Oh, that's bad. And you can't get it off fast enough to save your life.
Yeah.
So I've moved away from the braces thing. If you can work on your strength and mobility, strength and stability more than mobility, but you know what I mean. Because we may be hypermobile, but we're not always flexible.
Yeah.
Which means we're using a lot of the wrong muscle groups a lot of the time. And if you have EDS, you are most likely very good at compensating for weaknesses throughout your body. So yeah, find somebody who can help you build the strength and the stability and break some of those worse habits along the way.
Mm-hmm. And then I guess a major one for me is like be open to options that you get presented by doctors. Like they're gonna try all sorts of things. They're gonna try and fix you with the very basic things, and then work up to the more severe and like surgery type deal. So
yeah,
you got to be open to it. You got to try it.
Yeah. Well, and keep notes on the things that you're doing.
Yeah. I mean,
in your own power.
Karina and I know what we need now.
Yeah.
But we still have to do the same thing where it's like, okay, I need my knee looked at, which means I need to go see the doctor to get the specialist to send me to an x-ray. Then the x-ray will lead to the MRI. Then I'll come back a month later, look at the MRI, and then we'll debate whether or not we do surgery.
Yes.
And that's like over 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
But we have to do it that way, even though we know we need to just have the surgery.
Yeah.
Like we,
especially because here's the thing: insurance is just as much a pain in the butt for the doctors as it is for us.
Yeah.
And they have to play by insurance rules in order to treat you.
Yep.
So you have to run the gambit, and it's a pain in the butt, but do it. Keep notes on the things that you have tried and what the outcomes were, so that you don't have to go in and do like the same gambit for a different joint.
Right. Well, and it's nice that if you track enough data, you can see trends and start seeing things and why you piece together why they don't work or why some do work, and then that'll help you with future problems. So
yes, it
is a really good idea. Yeah. Like Ruth is a boss when it comes to taking down her medical stuff. Oh my God.
Holy moly. So organized. I am not. I'm like, I don't know how I felt 4 minutes ago. I am only now.
What's another one? We have some do's that we could do that are nice. Like, do believe in yourself. A lot of people get disheartened when they get diagnosed.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be able to do anything.
Right.
Which isn't true. Like we said earlier, things get different.
Well, and you learn to accommodate.
Oh yeah. Or you can get your stuff to accommodate for you.
Yes.
If it's severe.
Yeah.
Like, ow, my back. Sorry. It had to pop and it popped. Good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, accommodations. Like you get some.
Yes.
And it works. Like she's found balance, and because she works hard, she's able to get these accommodations.
Yes.
So you got to make sure you're putting in effort.
Yeah.
But accommodations can be made.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the end of anything. It's just
right.
You now know that you've always had this thing, and you're gonna know how to function around it.
Yes.
Which is better.
Well, and with the prospect of it, because a lot of people are like, well, it's lifelong. It's not always super degenerative, but it can be over time, especially with the joints. But yeah, like your body is constantly changing, and you are never a lost cause.
Right.
Like ever. So don't assign yourself that box.
Yeah. More good ones. I had like 3 and then I lost them.
I'm trying to think. Around.
Wait, like, are you trying to go back in time? Imagine what we went
I was
through?
trying to go through like sleep, but I'm not good at the sleep ones.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna say, look up sleep hygiene.
Yeah,
that'll help a lot. There's a lot to it, and it's all real simple, but it does a lot more than you think it does.
Yeah,
in keeping you feeling better, because the more restful sleep you get, the better off your days are.
Yes, that's a big one.
The whole point of everything is to get you to stay in as little pain as possible, but that means you have to put in a lot of effort.
Yes.
And be very mindful of what you're doing throughout the day. So
right. Well, and learn spoon theory.
Oh, spoon theory.
Learn some spoon theory, and then start thinking about what activities cost how many spoons.
Yeah, go back and find our spoon episode.
Yes.
The final spoon.
The final spoon. That we found yesterday.
Yeah.
Which was perfect. Let's see. There's a bunch. Like, you and I have learned to like adjust ourselves because we do listen to the body.
Yeah.
don't feel beholden to a chiropractor.
Yeah.
That's where I find there's a lot of like pseudoscience that floats around. But also, like, don't let anybody take your neck and whip it violently side to side. Bad idea. You have Ehlers-Danlos, and you can't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to sever your spinal cord.
Yeah.
Just you don't.
Yeah. I don't know though, because I've heard people be like, "Well, I don't crack anything," and I'm like, "But how?"
Yeah.
Because I can feel when something's out, and if you're not supposed to crack anything, like I was told
every time
to
you
stop
move, something
cracking my
pops.
my neck.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do? So if you figure that one out, let me know. I'm curious as to what you've been told around self-adjusting.
Yeah. I feel like we're out of life hacks.
Oh, find a massage therapist.
Oh, yes, that's brilliant.
Like, even if you're going just like once a month.
Yeah.
Do that, because your muscle system is huge and every doctor everywhere is going to ignore it.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, because we are bendy, we crumple up our like fascia and it likes to stick to itself and get clingy, and then we wind up with these really weird like snags that can turn into pressure points, or not pressure points, trigger points.
Right.
And that causes a lot of pain.
Yeah. So work it out.
Yeah.
Literally.
So do what you can to manage each thing. Kind of, you want to maintain.
Now, for the fun ones.
Oh.
I don't know why.
I was
First thing that pops into my head is, don't tell your in-laws. Like, they'll suggest horrible things.
I mean, it's true, but I think you could tell them if you wanted. That's up to you.
Don't do it.
Oh, yeah. Don't feel like you are... Don't be bullied into disclosing your medical situation. Because nobody can ask you to do that.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah. You don't owe people anything, so don't feel like you have to. If you're open with it and comfortable, awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't feel like you have to disclose anything.
And if you start despairing about everything, like if you're newer to the diagnosis, or you're struggling with it, like because it feels heavy, just remember that you've had it your whole life and you made it this far, and it does get different. It all ties together, but you had it. It's not like you suddenly have gained EDS and now you have a new thing. It's the same stuff. Yeah. Just now you know how to treat it and what to do. So it's a positive.
That is absolutely, it's important, especially if you've been chasing a diagnosis. Like, it was never anything but EDS. It's always been.
Yep.
And will always be. Because that's how we're made, and that's okay. It's not fun.
It used to be when we were really little and the damage would heal, but not now.
Yeah. I know. I wonder how much stuff I've tore up.
Oh, dude.
But then I stop wondering because there's no point.
It's like everything.
Everything.
It's all broken.
Which is why it's important to get with a massage therapist.
And then try aromatherapy with those cups. Those line cups.
The cups of lies.
Cups of lies, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Little cup of lies.
Right. You see, you know, like they come in a cup, and you like you
sometimes
you
it
put
has
the
a
fire.
lid on it.
You make the fire, and then the lies, like it like smells.
It just emits lies.
Right. It's like, ooh, now you're in a forest.
The flame. Yeah.
No, you're not. You're at home. Why lie to me? Why am I paying for lies? I wanted it to smell like nothing and just be a fire in my house because I'm weird.
They do make those cups.
They do.
Of lies.
Those are stupid.
They're just cups of wax.
Yeah.
Instead
stupid.
Oh my god. Ow, my face. Smiling is really bad, but it's okay because I love it. It's fun, and this is great. I'm gonna learn to be a ventriloquist by the end of it.
You might.
I just like stop moving my mouth at some points. So I'm like, this hurts a lot. Don't move. Don't move. Lay down on the floor.
Yeah.
And cry.
I mean, everything else we've kind of covered.
I think so.
It's this is more of a welcome to EDS
Yes.
Awareness Month kind of a deal.
Yeah.
But
well, and go check out our other episodes from last year.
Yeah, we have a lot that go more in depth on everything we talked about. We have one for spoon
Yes.
theory. We have one that talks about mental health, doctor shopping,
The
everything.
bite and score. So if you're curious as to whether or not you may have EDS.
We also have an open letter video that's meant for your family. You can find the video. I'm pretty sure it just says open letter.
Yes.
And then halfway through, we talk specifically to people who know EDSers.
Yeah.
You send them the link with like that start here thing button, and then send it to people.
Start here button.
That's what it does. So start there.
Yeah.
But it could be helpful because it might be hard for you to articulate what everything is. It's kind of big when you get started. So or if you have a family member who's bugging you, just send it.
Be like, no, I don't want your vitamins. Here you go.
Yeah.
But above all, be kind to yourself. And I'll remind you again at the end of this episode. But I think, are we ready to end the episode?
We could end it.
Okay.
What do you think? No, I didn't ask about the guys.
That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Oh my god, these people. It's like, yes, pot figures. I saw them. I'm not Steve from Blue's Clues. I didn't ask about them. There's nothing up here. Oh, well, there is actually, for them, there is a logo right there. It's not real. I can't see it.
What's in your backpack?
Anyway.
All right, my friends. Thank you for coming along and tolerating our nonsense while we're both feeling kind of ugh. But I'm glad we got to shoot and then finish our shoot.
Yeah.
And then we'll be done for the day and we can relax, maybe, because my head hurts and my face hurts and I'm not having a good time. But no matter where you are in the world, we love you. We care about you. And I think we're done. Yeah. Sweet. So until the next time, be kind to you, be kind to others, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Whoopah.
Whoopah.
Ow. Wait.
Oh, you're gonna try and get your back?
Maybe. There's one. That was not very loud. Ugh. It's hard to do in a spinning chair. No.
I have wheelchair. I already got them all. And I sat up. Oh, there's one. That was really low. Holy shit.
Yeah. Those are the ones that are bugging me. Is the low. The low.
Oh.
Ow!
You ready?
Get it off me.
Hit button.
Hit button.
Hit button.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.